Alrighty guys, we are going to go ahead and get the show on the road. Welcome back to another video right here on my Twitch live streaming channel, DZPalomino. If you guys watch me on Twitch, this is pretty much the early access before it becomes available as a rerun on my YouTube channel. If you guys watch me on YouTube, welcome to the rerun, where we are getting back to playing Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, folks. Alrighty. Now, for those of you folks that have been watching in this particular video in the middle of the playlist, no worries. If you guys are watching the rerun, link is in the description down below where you can find the playlist link. You can watch it backwards, forwards, mix and match, however you like it, and be up to speed with all the episode or the playlist episodes up to this point, fellas. All right. With that being said, folks, I don't want to say too much else. If you guys want to support, you can support at the bottom of the screen, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or you want to utilize the sponsor at the top of the screen, the Ember app, which you can download on your smartphone with an invitation code that will give you a boost. You guys been watching the DZPalomino network for a while now. You guys know what to do. Alrighty, folks. Now, a bit of an updated news as we continue to play Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Pretty much now that we perhaps hit every possible event that's available on the Millionaire smartphone game app, we've been pretty much repeatedly going through the same locations after every 3 or 4 episodes. So pretty much we're going to have to change things up a bit, and we're just going to play it right through on every episode from this point forward. So when we play, then we'll play like as many times depending on time in each location that we tackle, revisit every attempt different from the other, and then we'll just go from right then and there, folks. And for this particular playlist episode, in between live streams, we now have a brand new location actually, and that would be New Delhi. Alrighty, folks. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started with attempt number 1 in London. Let's go. Okay. Alright, for attempt number 1 in London, the very first question for $500 is, which of these animals has a shell? Frog, porcupine, snake, tortoise. Okay. $1,000. Where on the body are your palms? Heads, hands, feet, chest. Alright. Interesting. Well, the opponent got it incorrect. Alrighty, fellas. We have ourselves a micro win for the attempt number 1. And now we climb as high as we can. $2,000. Still have got all the lifelines. Which of these mountains is the highest? Snowdon, Everest, Mont Blanc, Ben Nevis. Everest. Okay. $3,000. Which of these sections would be in the percussion section of an orchestra? Percussion. Bassoons, harps, timpani, trombones. Okay. Now, I never heard of any instrument whatsoever called like a timpani or a bassoons. Okay. So I think that's out. I've heard of harps, but I don't think that fits that. And I'm leaning a lot towards trombone, but I'm not 100% certain, so I'm going to 50-50 it. No. Timpani. Wow, really? Yikes. That was a shot in the dark. And I got it. Whew. Alrighty, folks. For the very next question, for $5,000, the question is, complete the title of the TV sci-fi series Quantum what? Leap, bound, somersault, fly. Leap. Okay. Alright. Ready for the next question for $7,500. Goodbye, Norma Jean is the first line of which Elton John hit single? Sacrifice, Blue Eyes, Candle in the Wind, Your Song. Ooh. That's a good question. Ooh. It's outside my department of knowledge, fellas. And I'm actually going to use another lifeline. Ask the audience. It's going to be C. candle in the wind. And only half the audience was actually certain about the answer. Interesting. For 10,000 bucks, the question is: Winston Churchill first became Prime Minister of Britain during which major conflict? World War II, World War I, Boer War, Vietnam War. It's going to be World War II. Yep. For 12,005, the next question is: which of these dancers became famous appearing in Riverdance? Wayne Sleep, Darcy Bosel, Margaret Fontaine, Michael Flatley. Ooh. I actually don't know this one, and I'm going to have to ask an expert. William Shakespeare. Let's see if you can help me out here. Okay, absolutely confident it's Michael Flatley. Okay. Alrighty, folks. $15,000. Which day of the week was named for the Norse god of thunder? Thursday, Wednesday, Monday, Saturday. Oh my goodness. And I've actually heard this information somewhere before. I just don't remember right off the top of my head. I think it's Saturday. That's where I'm going to guess it. But I'm going to use my final lifeline and utilize the swap power-up. Okay. For the swapped $15,000 question, what kind of building is a citadel? Library, banquet hall, fortress, cathedral. Citadel. I have high confidence. Fortress. And I'm thinking back like Japanese, ancient Japanese history, but fortress, I'm going to pass. Yes, it is fortress. All right, well, walking away with 12,500 bucks. Alrighty, folks, we walk away with 12,500 bucks. The very first micro win for attempt number 1. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to the next location. Alrighty, folks, attempt number 2. We are in New York. And away we go. Okay. The very first question for $500 in New York is: which of these is a plant from which a common flavoring is derived? Peppermint, salt mint, vinegar mint, mustard mint. You gotta be kidding me with this question. Okay, peppermint. Okay. Bento, Bic, and Biro are names associated with what? Which products? Chocolates, ballpoint pens, car tires, garden sheds. Well, I've actually never heard of Bento and Biro. My age is showing, I guess. Yeah. But I have heard of Bic, and that's going to be the ballpoint pen. And that's exactly where my thought process is going to sit. Chocolates, car tires, and garden sheds? Nah. Okay. 2,000 bucks. Which of these is a type of large storage building? Warehouse, Who house, Wat house, How house. Okay. Warehouse. Interesting. The 2012 Olympics were hosted by which city? Madrid, Paris, New York, London. Oh boy, I don't remember that information off the top of my head, but I have some confidence that it's going to be Paris. But I'm going to go ahead and ask the audience on this one. It's going to be D. Okay, London. All right. For $5,000, which of these words means situated in or belonging to a town or city? Urban, coastal, rural, pastoral. Okay, I'm making sure I read that right. Urban. Okay. Alrighty, folks. Opponent got it incorrect. And we have ourselves another micro win. Alrighty, folks. Climb as high as we can from this point forward. Alrighty. We have 3 lifelines left in this attempt that we haven't utilized yet. Therefore, for $7,500, the next question is, which of these Muppets is a bear? Kermit, Walter, Fozzie, Gonzo. Oh my goodness. I actually didn't even bother remembering the name of the bear. I know Kermit is the frog. Fozzie and Gonzo, I don't think so, but I'm going to use the 50-50. Okay. Should I risk it, fellas? It wasn't even Walter. Fozzie. All right. The very next question for $10,000. What is it called when all the pins are toppled when the first bowl in 10-pin bowling? Break, knockdown, strike, wipeout. Strike. Which of these is not a type of sherry? Oregano, Amoroso, Amontillado, Oloroso. This one is actually outside my department of knowledge. I'm going to use my next lifeline. Let's ask Bartholomew to help me out here. High confidence, it's A, Oregano. Okay. For $15,000, which of these phrases refer to a deceitful person? Snake in the pond, snake in the basket, snake in the sand, snake in the grass. Well, I'm leaning a lot more towards snake in the grass, fellas, because I've actually never heard of snake in the pond, basket, and sand. Snake in the grass, but I'm gonna utilize my last lifeline. Yep. Okay, for the swapped $15,000 question, what flavor is the Italian liquor amaretto? Coffee, chocolate, vanilla, almond. I actually don't know, fellas. That is something. If I had to guess, almond, but I'm gonna walk. Yes, it is. It was almond. Walking away with $12,500. Ain't that something, fellas? Wow, 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 wow. Alright, folks, we move on to attempt number 3. Alrighty, folks, we are back in Cologne, Germany. Alright, attempt number 3 in Cologne, Germany, fellas. The very first question for $500 is, which of these is another name for a small sleep? Nap, nup, nop, nip. Okay. $1,000. In which sport are substitutes not allowed? Ice hockey, boxing, football, basketball. Boxing. Okay. For $2,000. Which creature is most associated with Cleopatra? Snake, swan, spider, scorpion. Well, based off of as much as I know with ancient Egyptian history, I like to think that I'm leaning a a lot more towards a snake, and I'm actually going to risk it, fellas. We gotta have some fun with risking some of these questions. So, snake. Yeah. For 3,000 bucks, if you attended a Zumba class, what would you be doing? Flower arranging, exercising, meditating, computing. Exercising. For 5,000 bucks, in which game is the batter declared out after 3 strikes? Hockey, golf, tennis, baseball. Baseball. Okay. And the other opponent got it incorrect. Okay. Alright, folks. Attempt number 3. We have, once again, another micro win. Okay. We are at $7,500, fellas, and we have not utilized any lifelines yet. This is looking pretty good to see how high can we climb. What type of animal is a whippet? Pig, cat, dog, horse. Well, at least I like to think I'm leaning a lot towards a pig. It's like, I just have to be sure. I'm gonna 50-50 it. Yeah, I don't see it being a dog at all. Oh. Really? I think I had a massive brain fart, fellas. Ugh. Wow. Alrighty, fellas. At least we still walk away with a micro win of $5,000. But with that being said, fellas, we'll move on to the next location, attempt number 4. Alright, we are back in Sydney, Australia, folks. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, attempt number 4 in Sydney, Australia. The very first question for $500 is, what word is used to denote a number of bananas joined together as they are on a tree? Clutch, bunch, batch, hutch. What? Denote a number of bananas. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to ask the audience on this one. Wow. On the very first question. Okay. B. Bunch. Okay. For 1,000 bucks. Which of these is a type of sleeveless jumper? Artillery top, grenade top, cannon top, tank top. Really? Tank top. For 2,000 bucks. What sort of performer is most likely to say the word abracadabra in their work? Ventriloquist, singer, magician, comedian. Magician. For 3,000 bucks. Which of these words refer to expensive or top quality goods? Up trade, up empora, up market, up shop. Oh man. Wow. I'm actually not 100% certain, fellas. This one I'm gonna have to ask an expert. Okay. Up market. Okay. For 5,000 bucks. Which nocturnal beetle emits a greenish light? Waterfly, firefly, earthfly, windfly. Well, I like to think that the answer is very obvious, fellas. because I never heard of a water fly, earth fly, or wind fly. So process of elimination, obviously, firefly. Okay. All right. Question number 6 for $7,500. What is the title of the Spanish counterpart to the celebrity magazine Hello? Donada, gracias, hola, sí. What is the title of the Spanish counterpart to Hola? Yeah. Okay, the other opponent got it incorrect. All right, fellas, this is looking very nice for a flawless micro win for this playlist episode. We got another micro win, and now we climb as high as we can. The very next question for $10,000. Which of these would be of most use to someone competing in an orienteering race? Rifle, compass, safety helmet, ski pole. Most used to someone competing in orienteering race? Orienteering. I'm gonna 50-50 it because something's not clicking here. Yeah, I don't think ski pole, so compass. Okay. All right. The very next question for $12,500. The fruiting head of corn is known by what name? Nose, lip, eye, ear. Fruiting head of corn. The fruiting head. Oh man, I'm having a massive brain fart on this one, fellas. Well, I'm going to utilize my final lifeline. Okay, for the swapped $12,500 question, Elizabeth Taylor voiced which Simpsons first word? Maggie, Marge, Bart, Lisa. Oh, man. Okay, I know Lisa is Yeardley Smith. I want to risk it, fellas, because I don't remember the name off the top of my head. It's not hitting me. Bart. No, it's not. Okay. It is Maggie. Shame on me for not knowing that. Alrighty, folks. We have our fourth micro win. Walking away with $7,500. Now we move on to our next location. Alrighty, fellas, for attempt number 5, we are in our new location, New Delhi. Alrighty, folks, and if we don't get this hidden location to call after this attempt, then we'll go ahead and call it from here, fellas. Alright, for attempt number 5, in New Delhi. The very first question for $500 is, what is used in woodwork to shave off thin amounts of wood? Bus, train, plane, car. What is used? Not plane, not train. Used in. Oh my goodness, I'm hitting a blank right here, fellas. Okay, C. Plane. Interesting. Okay. Alright, the very next question for $1,000. Take Care by Drake won which album category at the 2013 Grammys? Drake, huh? Best Americana, Best Rock, Best Country, Best Rap. Well, to the best of my knowledge, fellas, I think it's Best Rap, but I'm not 100% certain. I'm going to 50-50 it. Okay, I don't think it's rock. Yeah, Best Rap. Okay. Alright. Alrighty, fellas, for the very next question for $2,000. She sells seashells on the seashore is an example of what? lip locker, gum grinder, teeth trembler, tongue twister. Tongue twister. Okay. All right, for $3,000. In Canada, on which side of the road do automobiles drive? Left, windward, leeward, right. In Canada, huh? Well, I really don't think it's like the UK, fellas. So I think it's on the right. Oh boy. I really hope it's not a trick question. Okay, on the right. Okay. Yikes. Ugh. For $5,000. Which of these is a former Mr. Universe? Chuck Norris, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Dolph Lundgren. Mr. Universe? I think it's Arnold Schwarzenegger, fellas. I'm gonna have to ask the audience on this one. That's what I thought. Okay. For $7,500, which of these is a type of miniature golf? Pitch and putt, hit and run, chip and charge, slam and dunk. Pitch and putt. Okay. For $10,000, what is the snake called in Walt Disney's film The Jungle Book? Mowgli, Baloo, Kaa, Bagheera. Ooh. That is one of the very few Disney films I have actually not seen, fellas. So unfortunately, it's outside my department of knowledge. I don't know the answer. I'm gonna have to swap it, but if I had to guess, Baloo. All right, for the swapped $10,000 question, fellas, as what is the renowned Spaniard Placido Domingo best known? Actor, sculptor, fashion designer, singer. Well, fellas, I used all my lifelines at least once, so I can't use them anymore, and I can't walk away, so I have to answer. So, sculptor. No. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I had a good run. Came very close to having a flawless micro win in the entire playlist episode. My final attempt, and I lost. A singer. Wow. Well. Alrighty, folks. We are going to tackle one more attempt as we have unlocked the hidden location TIKAL. And we move on to the next attempt. Alrighty, fellas, for attempt number 6, we are back in TIKAL. Alright. The very first question for $500 is, which of the following is used to indicate the full range of a series? C to X, B to Y, A to Z, and D to W. Okay, I really hope this is not a trick question, and I like to think that the answer is obvious. A to Z. Okay. Oh my god. I'm always smelling a suspicious question when it appears to be too easy. For $1,000, the soft-crowned, broad-brimmed hat traditionally worn by cowboys was known as a 10 hat. Quart, gallon, liter, pint. Not sure. Okay, getting some help from Edgar Allan Poe. A 10-gallon hat. Interesting. Okay. All right, and the other opponent got it incorrect. Yeah, if I had to guess it, I probably would have got it incorrect as well. Fair enough. Alrighty, fellas. The very next question for $2,000 is: music intended to appeal to a wide audience is said to be middle of the what? Avenue, road, track, highway. Middle of the avenue, but I want to ask the audience. No, middle of the road. Interesting. I've actually never heard of this before. Outside my department of knowledge, at least. For $3,000, which anniversary occurred? Oh wait, which anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic occurred in 2012? 50th, 100th, 150th, 200th. I think it's 100th. All right, one lifeline left, and that's going to be the swapped question. For $5,000, which of these is a rapper born Marshall Mathers III? Eminem, Snickers, Malteser, Kid Cat. Yeah, I'm swapping that question. That's outside my department of knowledge. For the swapped $5,000 question, which of these is not a type of orange? Gaffa, Golden Delicious, Navel, Seville. Well, we gotta have some fun with this one, fellas. I think it's Gaffa. Final answer. No. Let me guess. The next one is Seville. Golden Delicious. What do you mean that's not the answer? Golden Delicious. You always think orange. Come on. Well, alrighty, fellas. That was fun. Got 5 micro wins altogether, nearly flawless, and playing in this playlist episode for the very first time, 6 attempts. But with that being said, fellas, I'm your host, DZPalomino, and I'll see you guys in the next game show.